and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rock them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rise them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage. Rise them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage. Rise them up on the stage, stage. Everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for the money.
Rise them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage. Rise them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage. Rise them up on the stage, stage. Everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play.
Let me say good afternoon to you, Cornelius Stewart,
Thank you.
captain of the St. Vincent national team, Vincent Heat.
Yeah.
Now, you just came off a first game, a 1-0 victory to Horquetta Rangers. What's the confidence in the team like at this moment?
The result wasn't so much for us. We was only the coaches want to see a few players, and today will be a completely different game because we have a few guys came in 2 days ago, so they are preparing and ready for this game. So it's gonna be a wholly completely different game today.
So with the substitution that were made during the last game, it really was just an eye-opener for the coaches and the management staff.
Well, you know, we have a big group, and coach already said before the game we're going to split into two groups. One play first 45 and the next team play another 45. So as I said, the game wasn't about all result. It was about to see how we execute our tactics and how we are going to play in style and all these things.
So over the last few days, I guess you would have had some time to do some strategizing and the likes. What can we expect from Vincent this afternoon?
Well, I say we are a confident team. We have, as I said, guys came in and they are already adapted to our playing style, and it will be good to see and good showing today. And hopefully you will enjoy this game today because all these guys are ready to play. And as much as we didn't want the 1-0, we want to come back to it today.
It's a very, very hot afternoon here at the Chile playing field. How do you think you're going to cope under this kind of heat?
Well, we are used to this type of weather because, you know, the Nations League are played 3 o'clock weather. But as you can see, it's a very hot day, so we have to play smartly today. We got to move the ball, play quickly, not overwork ourselves.
Let me thank you very much for the time, and we want to wish Vincent Heat all the best in this encounter.
Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Chile playing field where the Horquetta Terminex Rangers are coming up against the St. Vincent national team Vincent Heat as the officials and players now make their way to the middle, and in a few minutes they would exchange their pleasantries, have their last few words, and we are going to get started into the second game of this encounter. The first game, the Horquetta Rangers coming away with a 1-0 victory, and Vincent Heat would definitely look to change that. But let me give you the starting lineup. It's Jadiel Chance for St. Vincent the Grenadines, Vincent Heat. Jadiel Chance, Kevin Francis, Uriel Matthias, Jamal York, Jacqueline Sutherland, Terrace Joseph, Nazir McBarnett, DL Spring, Aaron Jackson, Azino Solomon, and Chevelle Cunningham. That's the starting lineup for the St. Vincent national team, Vincy Heat. And for the Rangers, Jabari Bryce, Russell Jr., Ross Russell Jr., Daniel Cyrus, Jesus Perez, Jaheim Joseph, Emmanuel Thomas, Daniel David, Isaiah Lee, Tyrone Charles, Josiah Edwards, Antonio Cole. That's the starting lineup for the Rangers. And it's Moet Games. The game will be carried by Moet Games, the referee, and he will be assisted by Kenron Daniel and Danroy Barker. So those are the officials for the game. Teams are now getting into a little huddle where they're going to have their last few words. And the ground here running from an east to west direction. And just checking to ensure that everything is in order. See the assistant referee just checking the net, the goal, to ensure that all is well. And very soon we'll be up and running. And kickoff appears as if it's going to be taken by Vincy Heat. You could see Chevelle Cunningham, number 10. Just in front of us, Azino Solomon, number 11. So it's a very hot afternoon here at the Chili playing field. And very soon we'll be up and running. Referee Moet Games looking at his watch. There goes the whistle. It's in the Vincy Heat's half. Aaron Jackson with it. Jackson goes to his right, finds Francis. Francis comes back to McBarnett. Now looks for Spring. Spring come wide to Errol Matthias. Still in the Vincy half. He just knocking it around. Still early days yet. Jackson looking to go forward. Barnett to Francis. It's knocked back in defense. Still, Vincy Heat still knocking it around. As Javin Sutherland with him. Matthias goes back to Solomon, still knocking it around, playing the very patient game, still early days. We are in the very first minute. And here is Solomon, who looks over and is intercepted there by Rangers, but losing it in the end. And it's Vincy Heat looking to come forward, still knocking it around. And chance in goal, and so too is Jadia Price for the Rangers that we knocked out of touch there. And I think there was the player Ross Russell Jr. just taking a knock around the face and goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Vincy Heat. Matthias is with it. And throw comes in, finds Jackson. Jackson comes back in defense to Sutherland, who goes down the right, but it's still with the Vincy Heat team, still knocking it around. And they're still in their own half. Long ball, looking for Matthias. Matthias controls well, looks up, looking for some support. Long cross comes off, headed away there by, and a miss kick there by Vincy Heat. And now here is Rangers looking to come away with it. Still with Rangers, knocking it around very decently. Finds Daniel David. David looking to his right for Josiah Lee. And Lee gets around one, but is cut out there in defense by Vincy Heat. but only to find Daniel David for the Rangers. Cross comes in, and it's knocked out of touch. It's going to be a goal kick. So there was Tyrone Charles, the captain, couldn't control it, went out of touch, and a goal kick for Vincent Heath. Jadiel Chance very quickly taken. Now it's with Jackson. Jackson looking to work his way down. Still, Jackson looks up, finds Matthias on the right. Matthias looks up, looks to go down the right, looking for some support, but there are two white shirts, and it's still, but cut out there by Vincent Heath. Good ball. Still with it as he dances around, looking to go forward. Still with Vincent Heath. A shovel as Zeno Solomon goes wide, finds Francis. Francis still knocking it around to Matt Barnett. Comes back out wide to Matthias. Matthias has a player to contend with. They're still in a tussle. And referee screaming. Matthias still with it, going down the right, looks up. Still looking for some support, looks to get around one, he goes down. Referee says to play on. It's cut out there by the Rangers. Rangers now knocking it around. So, Rangers still with it. And easy ball for Chance, who rolls it out. Now it's Francis. Works his way down. And it's cut out there by Rangers. Rangers looking to come forward, but he has a couple white, yellow shirts around him. Goes wide. And there is Vincent Heath still with it in their own half. Aaron Jackson still looking to come forward. Jackson. Finds Cunningham. Cunningham goes back in defense. To Sutherland. Back to Jackson. Jackson goes wide to Francis. There's Francis there looking for Terrace Joseph. And it's Solomon. Still has a defender with him. Still Solomon gets around one, looking to make inroads, but being pushed out of play off Solomon. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. That's Jabari Bryce, goalkeeper. Just spots it. With a decent crowd as we look to the pavilion to the south of us. And Bryce would boot it now downfield, long ball. Heads go up, headed away there by Vincent Heath. There is Solomon looking to find Cunningham. Cunningham dances around one. Looks for McBurnett. McBurnett still has a defense. Cross comes in, but over the head of the players. It goes out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. In fact, it's a throw-in off the defender. So Rangers would come forward. Looks for Charles. Charles controls well, the captain for the Rangers. Looks to skip around one. Has Matthias. Good piece of defensive work by Matthias. But it's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. Ross Russell Jr. Throw-in. Finds his number 13. That's Perez. Perez goes back to Cyrus, but is cut out by Jackson. Jackson goes back in defense. Vincent Heath. Very patient game. Jackson. Now looking to come forward. Chips it long. Downfield. Looking for that play on the left. He gets around one. Has a shot on goal, but into the side netting. And good piece of work there by McBurnett. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. Good build up. This goal kick comes wide. So still with the Rangers. Now knocking it around in their own half. Long ball downfield, looking for Josiah. But it's cut out there by the defense, who goes back to his goalkeeper. DL Spring. So it's Spring. And back in defense. It's still Vincent Heat, Jackson. Terrace Joseph. Joseph goes to his right. Finds DL Spring, who comes back in defense to Sutherland. Sutherland looking for that player on the left, but cut out there by the Rangers. Rangers boots it downfield, headed away by Matthias. Matthias to Jackson. To Terrace Joseph. Joseph boots it downfield, looking for the number 10, who beats the goalkeeper, and he goes wide of the upright. Good piece of work, but a little too much on the bounce. And the goalkeeper there, Bryce, was beaten, but it's a bit wide and out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for Trinidad. So there was the number 10, Chevelle Cunningham, looking to get around that, but unable to control and went wide and out of touch. But it's still in Vincey Heat's half. Sutherland still with it. Still Vincey Heat. York finds Solomon. Solomon again looking for that player, but cut out there by the defense for the Rangers, who boots it out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Vincey Heat. Quickly taken. Comes back to York. And there is number 16 with a long shot. Easy ball into the waiting hands of Jabari Bryce. Had no difficulty collecting that. And now bowls it out on his right. Up goes the head of Jackson. Finds his player, Terrace Joseph. Joseph, whistle calling against Charles. And it's going to be a free kick for Vincey Heat. So still Vincey Heat looking to come forward. Spring to Cunningham. Cunningham comes back in defense. Finds Sutherland, who goes to his left, finds York. York finds Francis, who knocks it back to Jackson. They're still knocking it around. And Sutherland puts it downfield, looking for some support, but headed away there by Trinidad. And here is Tyrone Charles coming away, looking for some support. He has some, gets around one, looks for a shot, still has two. Shot on goal, it's wide. And no problem whatsoever for Jadiel Chance. And it's still 0-0. We are in the 12th minute. Quickly taken. Finds York. York knocks it around. Finds DL Spring. Spring looking for Matthias, but overpass. The intention was good. A little too much on it. And Matthias acknowledging that it's a throw-in for the Rangers. So, long through. Cut out there by Matthias. Heads go up. Terrace Joseph still with it, but loses it. Back to goalkeeper Bryce. Bryce now boots it downfield, clearing whatever danger. But it's headed back upfield by York. who is controlled. It's still with Vincey Heat. And there's DL Spring knocking it back. And to Sutherland, who gives it back to Jackson. They're still working their way around. And losing it. Now Trinidad will come away with it. Number 21. As we see a number of players for Vincey Heat getting back in that defensive area. Still with Trinidad and Tobago. Horquetta Rangers still looking to work their way down on the right. Yes, number 14. And it's booted out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. So Lee, number 14. Now he leaves it. And just about 7 or 8 players for Vincey back in that defensive area. Heads go up and headed away. And there is Rangers, number 19, being pushed to his right. He still has a defender. Cross comes in and now cleared, but still danger not yet averted. There is Ross Russell Jr. He spins, he has 2 defenders. The cross comes in. And again, he headed away. Not yet cleared. And there is Daniel David. And he goes wide. Looks for number 24. Cross comes in. It's out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Vincey Heat. So still 0-0 in the 15th minute. Chance. Puts it out to Sutherland. Sutherland now looks to work his way down. Comes to his right, gives it to Matthias. Matthias to Solomon. Solomon looking for Spring. Spring has 3 defenders. He goes to his right, still looking for a cross. And he's been knocked out of touch by the defense there. That's Joseph, in fact, Perez. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Vincey Heat deep inside the Rangers half. So there is Chevelle Cunningham. Heads go up, cleared by the defense for the Rangers. Jackson is there. Plays it nicely, finds Francis. Francis comes back in defense to Solomon. Still with Solomon. Solomon finds York. DL Spring back to Aaron Jackson. Jackson looking for some support, find Terrace Joseph, but cut out. Back to Terrace Joseph, not cleared. And again, there is the Jamel York with a shot off the head, now cleared by Perez. And Jackson controls well, goes back to Jamal York in defense. Vincey Heat still controlled, certainly had greater possession thus far. And he knocks it to his right, finds Matthias. Matthias looks up, looking for, but beaten there. And that is out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for Vincey Heat. Matthias with a throw-in, very quickly taken to Terrace Joseph. And again, that's booted out of touch by the defense for Rangers. And another throw-in for the Vincey Heat. So we are in the 17th minute. It's still 0-0. Quickly taken, comes back to Sutherland, the captain, who goes to his left, finds Jamal York. York gives it to Terrace Joseph. Joseph goes down the right, finds McBonnet. McBonnet has a defender. He comes back to his left, finds Terrace Joseph. And Joseph goes back in defense for Francis to Jamal York. Still looking to come forward, finds Aaron Jackson, but losing it to Trinidad and Tobago. The Rangers, and he's been fouled there by Terrace Joseph. Infringement call, a free kick for the Rangers. Comes to his right, finds Ross Russell Jr. Gets the wrong one. Nice piece of work by Josiah. And he looks to get around the defense. He's still with that. The whistle goes and he points to the penalty spot. There was Sutherland bringing down the player. And it's Edwards who was brought down. And a penalty awarded to the Rangers. And in the... Yes, there was Sutherland bringing down Edwards. And penalty awarded to the Terminex Rangers. And let's see. So there is Captain Tyrone Charles steps up to take that penalty. And referee Moet Gaines just ensuring everything is in order. Charles, hands on his hip, just waiting. And all is set. There goes the whistle. Whistle. Charles steps up and scores into the back of the net. Goalkeeper going to his right. That was in the left-hand corner. And Terminex in the 20th minute has taken a 1-0 lead here at the Chile playing field.
By captain of the Horquetta Rangers team, Tyrone Charles.
So, for the second game in a row, let's look at that penalty once again. Charles, calm as ever, into the upright corner and easily taken penalty and scores. So Terminex 1, Vincent Heat 0. Kickoff to be taken by Vincent Heat. Cunningham still with Vincent Heat. Francis gives it to Terrace Joseph. Goes back in defense to Aaron Jackson, who comes wide to Matthias. Matthias fails to control it, goes out of touch. It's a throw-in for the Rangers. So Rangers drawing first blood here at the Chile playing field. Long throw. And again, it's cut out. Tyrone Charles was there, but only to find his player in defense. Russell Jr. still with it. Finds Edwards. Edwards skips around one. Has two defenders, but in the end, cleared by the defense for Vincent Heat. Not allowing the Rangers to go forward. And Mac Burnett looks up. Still looking for some support. He goes to his left. Finds Aaron Jackson. Chips it downfield. Aimless ball. It goes out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. So Rangers 1-0 lead in this, the first half. Player's just taking his time. The throw comes in now. Still has two defender, but Rob there. But he's again knocked out of touch. And this time it's going to be a throw-in for the Vincent Heat. Deep inside the Rangers half. So Terminex Rangers quickly taken. It's with Francis. Francis comes back in defense to Sutherland. Sutherland trying to work his way down. Finds Spring. So it goes wide now. There is Francis, who controls well. Comes back to Aaron Jackson. Jackson knocking it around, but only to give it away to Joseph, Jaheim Joseph for the Rangers. And then it's again given away. Mac Barnett with that. Looking for a player, but the defense for Terminex is standing strong. Cut out there. It's now Terminex looking to come forward. DL Spring cuts it out, comes to his right, finds Matthias. Matthias looking up for some support. Goes back to Aaron Jackson, knocks it back to Sutherland, to Jamal York. York still coming forward, gives it to Francis. Francis is with it, finds DL Spring to Solomon. Solomon with a nice ball to Matthias, who in a tussle there with the defense, and the Rangers with Ross Russell Jr. would come away with it. Still, boots it across field. Finds number 21. It's still, and it's been knocked out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers, and referee Moet Gaines just holding play a while. His hands go into his pocket, and there is the player getting a red card, and it will be very interesting to see what transpired. And he's there appealing, and so there is the number 18 getting the yellow, the red card. That's Emmanuel Thomas, and there is Charles, and in a conversation with the referee.
Red card is given the 23rd.
So Emmanuel Thomas has been ejected, and he makes his way off. So the Rangers are now down to 10 men, and the play would continue. So something was said, and referee Moet Gaines would have none of it. So we're still seeing the protest, the appeal, and referee Moet Gaines is still pointing to the pavilion. There, he's just looking at the replay, trying to pick up what had transpired. So it's going to be a throw-in for the Terminex Rangers. They still have a 1-0 lead here in the 26th minute. Long throw, looking for the header. Aaron Jackson is with it. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Chance. Chance looks up. Now he gives it to Sutherland, his captain, who would work his way down. Sutherland looks up, goes back to his left, finds DL Spring. Springs finds Matt Burnett. Matt Burnett still looking to come forward. Comes across field to Aaron Jackson. Jackson comes to his right, finds Matthias. Matthias goes back to Jackson. Jackson chips it across in the center. Up goes the header. And there is the defense, and a team shot in the end. There was Matt Barnett looking to get a boot in. Just got the tip of the boot on it. An easy ball rolled to Jabari Bryce. And now he boots it downfield and out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in, so there's going to be a substitution. So let's see, number 16 for the Terminex Rangers. That's Isaiah Raymond. And I think he's going to have a short break as the players would come off and refresh themselves. And there are still 3 Terminex players in conversation with referee Moet Gaines, and shows searching for some clarity on the ejection of Emmanuel Thomas. So players on a very hot evening looking to refresh themselves, but now we are going to see just going back to that penalty. There was Edwards looking to get around, and there was Sutherland bringing down Edwards, and referee Moet Gaines awarding the penalty. Here is Tyrone Charles, steps up calm as ever, and into the top right-hand corner, and Terminex takes a 1-0 advantage. So players looking to refresh themselves on this very hot day here at Park Hill, at Chile Playing Field rather. So, and one would understand the reason for it. It is extremely hot. So Terminex winning the first game 1-0. And here in the first half of the second game, they are leading 1-0. So there goes the whistle for the restart of this encounter. And the players would now make their way back. But the Terminex would have a substitution. Anthony Cole will be substituted, and on goes Isaiah Raymond. So number 21, Antonio Cole, and on goes Isaiah Raymond. There goes the whistle for a throw-in, quickly taken by Matthias. Finds Azino Solomon. Solomon boots it downfield, looking for a head for Vinci Heat. But there is the defense for Trinidad, standing tall and clearing it. But here Raymond, Aaron Jackson with it, but loses it. But again intercept. Solomon with a shot and a diving save there by Bryce. And it's still Terminex Rangers 1, Vinci Heat 0. As a long ball downfield, looking for the defense, and does so, goes back to Chance. Chance knocks it to his left. Finds York. York goes downfield, looking for Terrence Joseph, who's been bundled off the ball. Whistle going against the Terminex Rangers. So a free kick for Vinci Heat. Still with Vinci Heat. DL Spring. Spring still coming forward. Spring still with it. Now he goes to his left. Finds Terrence Joseph. Joseph looks to get a wrong one. Still here with Matt Barnett for Vinci Heat. He's looking for some support. Chips it downfield. Still Vinci Heat. Finds Solomon. Solomon looks to get a wrong defender. He has one to contend with. Still Solomon as he spins. Looking to get in that area. The cross comes in, but headed away there by the defense. Good piece of work. And there was Jackson. And now Terminex Rangers would come away with it. Long run. But he's been pushed back in defense. And still with Rangers. And goes back. Rangers, Tyrone Charles still knocking it around, but loses it. Terrence Joseph with it. Nice ball, looking for Chevelle Cunningham, but cleared by the defense for Rangers. And it's going to be a throw-in for Vinci Heat. Matt Barnett quickly throws it and finds Terrence Joseph, who goes back in defense. Finds Francis. Francis lobs it down, looking for Solomon, and off the head, and there is Bryce coming off his line and collects, averting any danger, keeping it simple, just slowing it down. They are in the lead, no need to hurry. We are in the 32nd minute. He bowls it out to Ross Russell Jr. Goes down, looking for Raymond. And Edwards being hustled off it. He goes down. It's a throw-in, quickly taken. So here is Solomon. And good piece of defensive work. And there goes the whistle against Jackson, as we see Edwards down. And now he'll get a hand, and he's being pulled to his feet. And it's going to be a free kick for the Rangers. There it is. And there was Jackson with that right hand to the throat. And Jackson getting a yellow for that offense. So that's a play. There is Ross Russell, who knocks it back in defense. Now he's booted long downfield
Yellow card
looking for the head of
indicated
Tyrone
12 to number
Charles.
19 of St. Vincent.
But the defense
Grenadines,
for
Aaron Jackson.
Vincey Heat
Yellow
holding
card, number
firm,
19 of St.
but giving it
Vincent,
away.
Grenadines, Aaron
They're still with it.
Jackson.
Vincey Heat looking to come forward. Finds Terrace Joseph. Joseph looking to get around, but the defense for the Rangers standing firm. You can see the white shirts getting back in that penalty area, ensuring that they are not allowing Vincey Heat to come forward. So it's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. Jaheim Joseph, number 24, making his way to that side. Now retrieves it. And long throw. But headed away there by the tall figure of Kevin Francis. And losing it in the end to the Rangers, but only to find Sutherland in defense. And still Vincey Heat. Matt Bonnet goes back. That finds Terrace Joseph to his right. Joseph goes back in defense, finds Francis. Francis now gives it to Matt Bonnet. Matt Bonnet still spinning. He has a defender. He's forced to come back in defense to York. York knocks it forward, finds Matt Bonnet, who chips it down off the header. And Bryce there coming off his line very quickly, averting any danger. And the score remains Terminex Rangers 1, Vincey Heat 0. Good ball, finds Edwards. Edwards still with it, goes back to Russell. Russell finds David. Still around, skips around. He still has Jackson with him. Nice ball, but cut out there by Matthias. And Matthias goes back to Sutherland. Sutherland goes back to his goalkeeper, who knocks it forward. Not a good piece of work. There is Edwards. And in the end, cleared by Aaron Jackson. Azino Solomon finds Terrace Joseph. Joseph finds Chevelle Cunningham. Cunningham spins, looks around, looking to see who is behind him. Gives it to Solomon. Solomon now chips it downfield, looking for the head of Francis, but there is the defense. Joseph for Trinidad, and then Bryce coming off his line. Collects easily, and averting any danger. The tall vigor of Bryce boots it downfield to Aaron Jackson, who heads it out to Francis. Francis comes back to Matt Burnett. Nice ball in the center, but there is the defense for the Rangers. The Rangers will now come away. Edwards with it and has the defense. This is a good ball. Tyrone Charles with a burst of speed, but he has Jamal York with him. And he comes back in the center to Russell Ross Jr., who fails to collect, but there is still with David. David looks to get around, goes to his right, and there is a shot on goal and wide off the upright, off the defense, and it's going to be a corner for Terminex. So it's a good build up there by Terminex. And we can see Edwards now making his way to that far corner.
There you go! There you go!
So Edwards. Corner comes in, up goes the header, headed away there. Infringement call, and it's going to be a free kick for Vincey Heat. Quickly taken. Finds Francis. Francis now looking to work his way down. Francis finds Aaron Jackson. Jackson looking to come forward, goes to his right. Overpass there, was looking for Matthias, had too much in it. It goes out of touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. So Rangers leading 1-0. So Ross looking to find Edwards. Charles, but losing it. Solomon with it. Gets a wrong one. Still, but losing it there is Tyrone Charles. Now goes back in defense to Russell Jr. And control now by York in defense for Vincent Heath, looking to come forward. Finds McBurnett. McBurnett finds Solomon with a good ball. Finds Chavell Cunningham, who looks to get a wrong one. Cunningham still with it, losing his footing, but comes back to McBurnett. McBurnett still looking to work his way down. Aaron Jackson with it. Goes to his left, looking for Francis. Francis looking to control, has a defender with him, has Joseph. It goes out of touch, and it's a throw in for Vincent Heath. Quickly taken by Francis, comes back to Jamal York. York looking to find McBurnett in the center, to Terrace Joseph, to Aaron Jackson, but losing it. And here is Edwards with a run, long run, has a defender. He's forced to go wrong, he gets a wrong one, has 2-3. Referee says to play on. Sutherland will come away with it. Finds the number 16, DL Spring. Back to Sutherland. Sutherland goes wide to Francis. So Francis to Aaron Jackson. Jackson with a nice ball. Finds Chavell Cunningham, but he's brought down there by the defense. The whistle going against the Rangers. And there is number 27, Cyrus, getting a yellow card, and it's going to be a free kick for the Vincent Heath. It's going to be pretty interesting from here, that free kick. So there is referee Moet Gaines as we look back at that encounter. So the number of shirts getting back into that penalty area. Referee Moet Gaines now indicating where that wall should be. And it appears as if there's going to be a 4-man wall. So who's going to take that? We see Solomon is there. Francis is there. Aaron Jackson as well is there. And let's see. Looks like Solomon and off the wall. And Francis chips it across. Heads go up, off. And there again, a post shot there off the good defensive work, sliding off Perez. It was a powerful shot from Chavell Cunningham, but off the defense it goes out. It's going to be a corner for Vincent Heath. So it was Solomon with that shot. And there it is again. Here comes the corner, sliding in, up goes the header. And there's Chavell Cunningham with a shot off the defense and out of touch. That had some power on it. Now you can see Cunningham holding the back of his head. And Terrace Joseph with that corner. Looks up, goes short. And it's still corner, lobs high in the air. Finds Jamal York. York goes back, but it's cleared by the defense, only to find Aaron Jackson. And good defensive work there by Edwards. And again, Vincent Heath still in the half of the Rangers. And it's going to be another corner. So this time, DL Spring is going to take that corner. See the tall figure of Francis inside that penalty area. There too is Sutherland along with Jamal York. Chavell Cunningham is also there. Goes short. And the corner comes in. Heads go up. Then is knocked out of touch for another corner. So the defense holding strong here for, and this time McBurnett. Short to Solomon, but losing it to the Rangers, and the Rangers would look to come away with it. Still with the Rangers, long run, looking for some support, and the defense getting back. He's still there, looking to get a wrong one. He's being forced to go wide. Cross comes in and over the crossbar. And off the defense, and it's going to be a corner for the Rangers. Yeah, here is it. Let's look at that again. As the cross comes in and off the defense, and it's a corner. There was Captain Sutherland there, so Edwards with that corner. It's going to be a left footer. We're in the 44th minute. Corner comes in and headed away there by Vincent Heat, but not yet cleared. Daniel David goes back to Edwards. Edwards has a defender to contend with. He goes wide. Again, he chips it wide. It goes out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for Vincent Heat. So we are in the 44th, going in the 45th minute with the Rangers with a 1-0 lead here at the Chile playing field. And Jadiel Chance gives it to his captain Solomon. Solomon still working his way down, as we can see all of the players for the Rangers getting back in defense. So Francis knocks it to McBurnett with a shot wide and sliding across the field of the goal. The attempt was a good one, and it goes out of touch. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers, and then we're going to have 4 minutes of added time. And here it is. McBurnett again with that shot and sliding across the face of the goal. So a goal kick for the Rangers, leading the first half 1-0. Bryce boots it long downfield. Matthias gives it still in defense. It's Sutherland coming away with it. Goes to his left to Jamal York, who finds Francis. Francis knocks it in the center, but cut out there by the defense for the Terminex Rangers. But again, intercepted by Vincent Heat. But easy ball for Bryce, who comes off his line, collects and rolls it out to Ross Russell Jr. Looks to work his way down, has DL Spring with him, but gets around that. Still with it, Edwards with Matthias, and not giving him a chance to come forward. Still chips downfield, long ball, and Sutherland in defense with control for Vincent Heat, and now looks to come forward. Sutherland just playing the patient now, shoots it downfield. The defense is still there for the Rangers. Still with Rangers, Tyrone Charles, the captain, heads it upfield, wanted to find Sutherland. Sutherland goes back in defense to Jamal York. York looking to find Solomon in the center. Nice ball here for Shabel Cunningham, but good defensive work there by Ross Russell Jr. And there was Shabel Cunningham looking to get around the defense, but the long legs of Ross Russell Jr. was there to prevent him, and it goes off that touch. It's a goal kick for the Rangers. Bryce taking his time, not being pressured, not being hurried. And now he boots it, long ball downfield. Let's see, the heads go up. There is, this goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Vincent Heat. Matthias. So comes back to Matthias, who goes back to his captain in defense. So Vincent Heat still with it. And Aaron Jackson now looking to come forward. Gives it to Francis. Francis to Jamal York. Comes back to Dial Spring, who comes to his right to find Matthias with a shot. Heads go up and not yet cleared. And there is Solomon with and inadvertently hitting his hand, and it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a free kick for the Rangers. So Bryce, Smooth taking his time, would be content to go in at half-time with 1-0. There was Charles climbing but couldn't get there. Good piece of work by Terrace Joseph. Now he goes to his left. Has McBurnett. McBurnett winds his way in the center, but he's brought down. Referee not against his player, and he has a look at his watch. There goes the whistle. So at the end of the first half, it's Terminex Rangers 1, Vincent Heat 0. Hard-fought first half. I think Vincent Heat showing greater possession, but unfortunately, Edwards was brought down in the penalty area, and Tyrone Charles scoring the penalty for Terminex Rangers to give them a 1-0 advantage at the end of half-time. And we'll take a break and then come right back to you here at the Chili playing field to bring you the second half of this encounter between Terminex Rangers and the Vincent Heat.
Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. At our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. At our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Need repairs and maintenance? We have you covered. Our qualified workmen will get the job done. Boat storages, from our marina, you can easily push off for a family sailing trip. Or out fishing with the boys. A fun DDI experience with friends. Boat repairs, secured parking, extensive camera system, boat charters, boat rentals, down the island parties. Contact us at 1-868-634-1653. Lasso Freight Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Life's better on a boat. 71 Southern Main Road, Vancouver. Amante Del Cafe. Happiness begins with brew.
Pest control is a pain, but you don't have to go it alone. If you're a business that needs someone who will fix your problems point blank, go with the brand that's tested. Go with Terminix. Our Trinidad franchise neutralizes the threat of tropical insects and ensures that companies, from food production to hospitality, protect their investment and get the maximum value from our relationship. Contact us today for a free consultation and quote, and let's introduce you to convenience.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play teams that are better than us.
It's a very good experience to go outside and play against a national team, and I hope to do my best as I go out.
While going on the tour, I feel that we have what it takes to win everything.
We're certainly going to put our best foot forward, and we're going to give those teams a run for their money.
Rise them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rise them up on the stage, hang them up on the stage, rise them up on the stage, everybody.
To help us improve and to get better and to get the players, especially younger ones, to improve, we like to play.
Coach, coming out from the last game, we note that St. Vincent and the Grenadines quite a few substitutions in the second half. What was the strategy in that very first game?
Well, it wasn't much about strategy. Everybody had their strategy in mind. It was more of seeing all the players. So we had to give the guys some minutes. As I said in the last interview, it's more about testing the guys to see where they are tactically than actually going out to try to secure a win.
So coming through that encounter, today is a different game. What can we expect from Vincent Heat?
Well, you could expect something similar because we work on a particular style of play and we have our way. Hopefully that this time we come out victorious. So.
Understand you have some new players in. Will you mind tell us a little bit more about them?
Yeah, we have quite a few guys coming in. As I mentioned last time, most of the guys who played were from the local selection base. But we have about 5 guys coming in from overseas, and they will be starting today. As well as the other 2 who are here already, they will get some minutes as well.
So you're hoping to get some legs in preparation for the Nations Cup?
Yeah, it's a bit uncertain for us to say whether or not these guys are at the level that we would like, because we only had them for 1 training session before this match. However, fortunately for them, they would have been playing where they are, but we need to know that they're at the level that we want them to be.
So this would give you the perfect opportunity to do that?
Perfect opportunity for us to see where they are.
All right, let me wish you all the best going forward, and we hope to get some exciting football.
Thank you very much.
Chile playing field.
I hope so too as well.
With me is the captain of the Horquetta Rangers Football Club, Jabari Bryce. Bryce, you have been exposed here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for a few days. How have you assessed the conditions so far?
Well, the playing conditions are a little hard. We have a hot sun game, so just going out to do your best today.
Well, your guys would have come away with a 1-0 victory over the national team on Wednesday. What's the mood like within the team?
Everybody is happy about it. We just trying to put it behind us and go and win this one too.
So you're coming out, and so what can the public expect? It's in the rural area, Georgetown, and what can the public expect?
They could expect a very interesting game. A game of 2 halves and plenty football.
Well, you standing in the goal and looking at your height, you're touching almost touching the uprights. How confident are you going into that?
I'm very confident. I have to keep my confidence up to go through this game.
Well, let me wish you all the best going into the game and going forward. So, all the best to you and to the team, Terminix Rangers.
Thank you.
With me is the head coach for the Horquetta Terminix Rangers, Dave Kwamina. I want to see, you have played in the first game, and I'm sure that you would have had a good assessment of the opposition. And what do you expect today?
Normal thing. I think football has no secret. I think the St. Vincent team is a hard-working unit. As you could see, the first game they run a lot. They try to outwork here, and they try their best. Right? We were fortunate to win the first game, But we remind our guys this is our national team that we're playing against, and we have to work even harder as a team coming out from Trinidad.
You know that the Vincent team tried to outrun you, but your players kept up to the Vincent heat. Do you expect anything different today? It's a different conditions, but what?
Yes, well, as you can see, the sun is very hot. It's a 3 p.m. game. We don't expect nothing different. We expect them to come and work hard because they worked extremely hard last game. It was a 6 p.m. game, and they worked hard. But the condition we'll see is who adapt more to the condition. I think the sun is blazing, and we'll see where it go from there.
I'm sure that by the time you get back to Trinidad, having gone through the region, St. Lucia, Grenada, you would have an extremely fit bunch to participate in your local competition. Are you satisfied with what have transpired over the last
Yes,
few
yes, I
weeks?
know, but you could only be good as your last game. I think the guys are a beat team. As a family, we are family. We have been together a little while now. The competition in Trinidad is a hard one. We've been following the competition although we've been away. Two of the better teams in Trinidad lost their first game, so that tells you the competition in Trinidad. And on the day we have respect for any opponent we come up against. So when we go back to Trinidad, it will be, no matter who we play against, we show our opponents respect.
I want to take the opportunity to wish you all the best, not only for this game, but as you go back to your own national competition. I'm hoping that you're going back with learning a lot to give out, and the Trinidad public can expect a lot from La Horquetta.
Okay, thank you. I want to wish the Vincent public, the soccer public, all the best in their future endeavors, and I think you guys have a nice setup, and you guys can only go further and be successful as you go along.
So
thanks
once again, all the best. All right, so welcome back to the Chile playing field where, okay, so there we're seeing some highlights, and there is the Tyrone Charles with that shot going wide, and again you can see there was Edwards getting around a defender, looking to get into that area. There it is. Red Sutherland bringing him down, and penalty awarded, and Tyrone Charles steps up and into the back of the net it is, and the Terminex Rangers getting a 1-0 lead here at the Chile playing field. So it was calmly taken by Captain Charles, and then here it is, referee Moet Gaines issuing a red card to Emmanuel Thomas for abusive language, and he's been signaled to the dressing room. And there is Ross Russell Jr. along with Daniel Cyrus stepping up, having a word. And again, now here it is, the shot on goal there, cleared by Bryce, and keeping the score 1-0. So we are back here at the Chile playing field for Rangers in a huddle, and substitution made. For the Rangers, Leslie Russell is on, and off comes so it's Rangers, Tyrone Charles, who will take that kickoff for the Rangers. Rangers will now defend the goal to the east. To the west of us, the Vincent Heat. A good crowd here in at the Chile playing field. It's with Leslie Russell. And there is cut out there by Vincent Heat. Going down the right. Joseph is knocked out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for Vincent Heat. We see Francis making his way down for that throw-in. And whistle going again for infringement there against the Rangers. It's going to be a free kick for Vincent Heat. So Mac Burnett with that free kick, as we see a number of players trying to get into the penalty area. Cross comes in, headed away there by the defense for Rangers. We'll need to find Mac Barnett. Mac Barnett still has the defender with him, Joseph. Cross comes in and he's been knocked out of touch by Russell, Leslie Russell. And it's going to be another corner for the Vincent Heat. So Mac Barnett, sporting number 7. And Zeno Solomon is there with him. Shot to Solomon. Solomon looks up and looks to give it to Mac Barnett, who has a shot on goal, but beautifully blocked there by the defense. There's a tussle here between Charles and the infringement called against the Vincent Heat. So it's going to be a free kick for the Rangers, and the tall figure of Leslie Russell, Daniel Cyrus, goes to his left. It's still with the Rangers. Still knocking around. Finds Leslie Russell. Russell comes back to Cyrus. Cyrus still with it. Winds his way around, looking to find the player. It goes out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for Vincent Heat. So Terminex Rangers still leading 1-0. So York comes wide to Mac Burnett. Mac Burnett goes down the left flank, has a defender to contend with. Cuts back in the middle, looks for Terrence Joseph. Does so. Gives it back to Francis. And there is a whistle going for infringement. Offside flag. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. So Joseph, Jaheim Joseph, take that throw-in. Long ball. Looking to find Tyrone Charles, who fails to control it, goes out of touch for a throw-in for Vincent. Mac Barnett brings it back to the middle, has Terrence Joseph, who has Francis. Francis allows it to go out of touch. Another throw-in for Vincent Heat, quickly taken, goes back to Sutherland. Sutherland in defense. And he looks to find the Solomon, but it's cut out by the defense for Rangers, but Vincent Heat will come away with it. Mac Burnett on the left. Gets a wrong one. Still has him to contend with. He's being pushed to the limit. Not allowed to get out. And it goes out of touch and off the defense for Rangers for a throw-in for Vincent Heat. And still Francis with it. Chips it long swirling ball and headed out of touch by the defense there for the Rangers. That's Perez, and it's going to be a corner. So again, Azino Solomon positioning himself for that corner. Solomon, short corner. Cross comes in into Terrace Joseph, but the defense here is Rangers coming out with it. Nice piece of defensive work there by Spring. Knocks it out of touch, Daniel David. And it's going to be a throw-in for Vincent Heat. So Daniel David disappointed in that. So York gives it to Aaron Jackson. Jackson still working his way around, looking for Solomon, does so. Solomon has two defenders, gives it to McBarnett. McBarnett back to Solomon, good piece of work, but losing it. The tall figure of the defender there for Rangers, and it's cut out there by Francis. Francis with it, nice ball to Terrace Joseph. Joseph has a defender, still looking to get around, goes back to Aaron Jackson. Jackson with a cross, and cleared by the defense for Rangers. Rangers will now look to come away with it. Good piece of work. Daniel David with it. Goes to his right. Still with Rangers. Rangers looking to get down into the defense. And a cross comes in. Easy ball here for Jadiel Spring. Jadiel Chance, who comes off his line. Rolls it out to McBarnett. McBarnett with a run. Looks for Solomon. Solomon has the defender. Goes back to Francis. Francis knocks it in the middle to Jackson. Jackson looking to find Chevelle Cunningham, but there is the number 3, the big defender, not allowing him to go forward. That's Jevon Morris. And it's Rangers ball. So it's still with Rangers. Rangers looking to come forward. Still with Rangers. Daniel David has two defenders. He goes back in defense. Still with it. Looks to chip it downfield. Still with it. There is. And it goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. So Rangers leading 1-0. We are in the 52nd minute. Out there by McBarnett. McBarnett still has the player. Now he goes to the middle. Finds Chevelle Cunningham. Cunningham looks up. Nice ball, but cut out there by the defense. And there is Charles committing that quick foul. And there is quickly taken there. And it's Vincent Heat looking to come away with it. Jackson. Jackson has a Cyrus with him. Has two players. Russell Ross Jr. is still with it, and in the end losing it as he goes out of touch. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. So Rangers are very strong in defense, not allowing Vincent Heat to come forward. And Jabari Price quickly taken. Goes to his left. He boots it downfield, but there is Matthias. And still, Dial Spring has Russell Ross Jr. with him. It goes out of touch. And again, it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. So again, the defense standing strong for Rangers. Bryce takes his time. Looks up now, signaling to his players to go forward. Indication that he's going to boot it long downfield, but it's cut out there by DL Spring. Who gives it to Russell Ross Jr. intercepts, but there is Jamal York. Only here's McBarnett. McBarnett with it. Has two defenders going to his left. The race is off. Joseph knocks it out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for Vincent Heat. Quickly taken. Chevelle Cunningham with it. Gives it to Terrace Joseph. Joseph has a defender looking to get around 2, but again looking to do too much. And again the defense for the Rangers standing firm. And Rangers will now look to come away. Russell Jr. goes to his left. Comes back to Russell Jr. who goes back in defense to Joseph. Joseph back to Russell Ross Jr. Back to Joseph, still in their own half. He's knocking it around. That's Perez. And it goes out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. See the tall figure of Ross Russell Jr. Long ball. Looking for his number 15. That's Charles. And it goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Vincent Heat off the defender there for the Rangers. Quickly taken back in defense to Solomon. Solomon, long ball. Looking for McBurnett. McBurnett looking to control. Does so. Has the defender with him. There is a tussle. He spins around 1. Comes back in defense to Chevelle Cunningham. And poor pass. It goes out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. And there is Bryce just taking his own time. And see Vincent Heat just about making a substitution. And just ensuring. So there it is. Bryce again taking his time and just signaling to his players to go forward. Still with it, the Rangers. Bryce now boots it long downfield. Cut out there by Cyrus. Finds his player who finds number 15, Tyrone Charles, who has 2 defenders. Charles still with it, looking to get around 1. He comes wide. Finds Leslie Russell. But there is Kevin Francis standing firm in defense. Now he boots it downfield, looking for Chevelle Cunningham, who has a defender. Cunningham still with it, goes to his right. But it cleared there by the defense for Rangers. And it goes out of touch for a throw-in for Vincent Heat. DL Spring. Spring with it. Spring looking to come forward. And goes down, finds Matthias on his right. Matthias looks for Aaron Jackson. Does so. Jackson still looking to cut in the middle. Finds Solomon. Solomon looks up. Solomon knocks it in the path of Aaron Jackson. But then again, giving it away. And there is Jamal York. And there is a whistle against the Tyrone Charles. So it's going to be a free kick for Vincent Heat, who's going to make some substitution. And so Jamal York has been substituted. And on goes the number 14, Kishon Durham. So the York comes off. Durham goes in his place. As the players now trying to refresh themselves, getting a bit of hydration. I think off would come McBurnett as well. Just waiting. There are going to be quite a few substitutions. So number 10, Chevelle Cunningham, would also come off. And so too DL Spring, I would suspect. And you see Captain Cornelius Stewart would make his way in. And There is still someone on the ground receiving some attention. Let's see. But he's crowded. And the medics are there. He's now being given a hand, in fact. And he's off. He makes his way to the sideline. Looks like Cyrus, who was on the ground, and a big number 27. So a was made in terms of Vincent Heat. And so on goes number 17 for Kaim Thomas. So Rangers, 10 men. Emmanuel Thomas was red carded. And referee Moet Gaines will now, as play would restart. Kevin Francis with a throw-in. Looks for Terrace Joseph, gives it back to Francis, who finds Aaron Jackson. Jackson goes wide, finds the number 14 in Durham. Durham finds his captain Cornelius Stewart, goes to his right, there's shot cross and off the defense of Russell Jr. And it's going to be a corner, we see, taken by Williams. Williams gives it to Cornelius Stewart. The cross comes in and it's been knocked away there by the number 17, Thomas. Cornelius Stewart is still there, looking to find Cortland Williams. It does so. Williams comes back in defense, finds Adine Charles. Charles comes back, finds Aaron Jackson, and not a good piece of work there by Terrace Joseph. But there is Cornelius Stewart. Infringement called against Stewart. Down goes that player. And you can see him on the ground. Referee Moet Gaines right there. And he's been given a hand. It looks like Daniel Cyrus. And it's still 1-0 here at the Chili playing field in favor of Terminex Rangers. So it's going to be a free kick to Rangers. A pretty decent crowd here at the Chili playing field. This is booted long downfield, headed back upfield. Goes to his right, finds Charles. Charles chips it far left, finds Terrace Joseph, who has another Joseph to contend with. He goes out of touch, and referee Moet Gaines signaling to a corner. And so comes back to Aaron Jackson, who slides it in, not cueing it well. And there is the Leslie Russell coming out with it. There is Cortland Williams. Still has Thomas to contend with. Good block there by Williams. And Aaron Jackson knocks it in the path of Charles. To look to counter-attack. Chips it long downfield. Looking for number 17. Again, the defense there for the Rangers standing strong. Aaron Jackson with it. Goes back to Terrace Joseph. Joseph looks up. But again, he has the defense for the Rangers. And Terrace Joseph still with it. Gives it back to Terrace Joseph, who gives it away, but regains it. And he goes back in defense. Finds Durham. Durham looks for Cornelius Stewart, who's been hustled by Cyrus. But Cornelius Stewart still with it. Gets around Stewart. Goes down the left. Stewart stays with him. And in the end, coming away with it and off the defense. Still with the Rangers, who gives it away. And Cornelius Stewart would now look to come forward with a shot and goal, but defended there stoutly by the Rangers. Back to Cornelius Stewart. Stewart still has Russell Ross Jr. to contend with. Stewart gets a wrong one. He goes down. Referee Moet Gaines says to play on. And he boots it downfield. Finds Tyrone Charles. Charles has Durham to contend with. Still comes back. Good ball there to Charles. Charles still with it. Charles still with it with a long shot. But yes, Francis cutting it out. And again, there is Charles fouling it, and it's going to be a free kick for Vincent Heat. We are in the 65th minute with Terminex Rangers having a 1-0 advantage. So it's Aaron Jackson still looking to come forward. So we see Vincent Heat still with it. Charles finds Aaron Jackson. Jackson goes back to Charles, who goes wide. Still with it. Durham with a shot and blocked there by the defense. It's still not cleared. It's still in their half. And there the heads go up. Terry's Joseph with it. Goes to his right. Left finds Cornelius Stewart. Has had Joseph with him. And it comes back in the middle to Jackson. Jackson fails to control. Hamlet with a ball to Terry's Joseph. First touch wasn't good, but he finds Cornelius Stewart. Stewart with a shot. And again defended there by the defense for Rangers. Cornelius Stewart still looking to get a wrong one. Shot comes in, and again it's being cleared by the defense. There is Francis. Knocks it back to Terrace Joseph. Goes back to Kirtland Williams. Kirtland Williams goes to his right. And there's beaten Daniel David. But he will not control. It's back to Vincey Heat. Durham. Durham. Still Vincey Heat looking to come forward. Goes back to Kirtland Williams, who loses it to the big Daniel Cyrus. And Charles goes back in defense, finds Darren Hamlet. Hamlet still with it. Hamlet comes wide, finds Aaron Jackson. So Vincey Heat with possession, but they're still trailing 1-0. Darren Hamlet is there. Heads it to Aaron Jackson. Finds Cornelius Stewart. Stewart with a ball to Francis. And cut out there by the defense for the Rangers. There was Morris in defense, but still Vincey Heat. Durham goes to his right. Finds Brown. And cross comes in, but there is, now he's booted downfield. Off the head of Darren Hamlet. Hamlet is still there. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Chance, back to Darren Hamlet, deep in their own half. And Hamlet still with it. Hamlet finds Charles. Charles gives it to Kirtland Williams, back to Charles. Goes to his right. And Cortland Williams is there with a cross, comes in, and off the tall figure, hand of Bryce, knocking it out. It's a corner, and certainly a bit of pressure there on the part of Vincey Heat, but Terminex still holding firm. And so it's a corner. Cornelius Stewart. And the heads go up, headed away there by the defense. Vincey Heat is still there. But again, infringement call and out of touch. Now here it is. That was the corner. The shot from Cortland Williams. There was Bryce getting a hand to it. It went out of touch for a corner, but it's still Terminex Rangers 1. Vincey Heat 0. We are in the 69th minute. So Bryce taking his time. The crowd has grown significantly here at the Chili playing field on a very hot Saturday afternoon. Now Bryce boots it downfield. There is Adeem Charles. Goes to his left. Finds Cornelius Stewart, who has a defender to contend with. Good piece of work, but only to find Tevin Francis. Francis with a cross comes to the middle. And there is Cornelius Stewart once more. Gets around the defense. Stewart is looking to make a run. The cross comes in. And not a good piece of work there. You can hear it from the crowd. There was the number 17, Akram Edwards. And not getting the boot on. Cortland Williams is still with it. Comes back to Tevin Francis. Francis still inside their half. Francis looks to get around the defender. He goes to his right. Finds Charles. Charles still with it. Comes back to Aaron Jackson. Jackson finds his captain Cornelius Stewart, who has that big defender in Morris, with a shot and goal defended there by Rangers. And Stewart once again, and this time it's knocked back. Front Stewart with a shot headed away by that tall Daniel Cyrus. And there is Russell Ross Jr. heading it away, but Cortland Williams controls for Vincent Heat. Cross comes in, the heads go up, and wide off the upright. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers, who are about to make a substitution. And the big figure of Morris is still down. And referee Moet Gaines just going across, and he's signaling for some assistance. So Morris still down now. He's gradually, I think he's going to get some assistance to his back. And referee Moet Gaines still in very close attendance. You can see Morris looking rather relaxed. And now referee Moet Gaines now signaling to the players to go and hydrate themselves on this hot Saturday afternoon here at the Chile playing field. So we can see Morris just about back on his feet. And so the Terminex Rangers, they're going to make a substitution. So on would come Adika Ash, and just wait to see a substitution. So Vincent Heat. So Terrace Joseph would make his way off, and on would go so Adika Ash, number 20, and on goes number 8. So number 20 for the Rangers in Daniel David, and on went Daniel Ash. And so off comes number 12 for Vincent Heat. Terrace Joseph. On goes number 21. So players back. There goes the referee. There goes the whistle. And Morris would now get back on field. So Rangers down to 10 men as he booted downfield. And there's Tyrone Charles looking to control, but not getting it. Joel Jack, the number 3, goes back to to Durham. Durham knocks it back to Joel Jack, who goes long on the right. Jack comes back to Adim Charles. Charles has Adika Ash with him. Goes back to Joel Jack. And the cross comes in. Up goes Bryce, collects easily. And averts any danger. So it's Rangers 1. Vincent Heat 0. Again, there is Joel Jack cutting it that out. Finds number 21, who indicates that there was some short tugging. But Jack with it, comes back to Cortland Williams. Williams troops it long, finds Francis. Francis comes back in the middle to Aaron Jackson. Jackson gives it back to Cortland Williams, who's been hustled. Good ball, finds Adim Charles, but cut out there by Russell. There is Durham in defense, heads it back to Charles. Charles looking for some support, finds Spear. And Cornelius Stewart, not the first touch, not a good one. And cleared by the defense, but only to find a Vincent Heat player. There is Aaron Jackson, who goes down the right, looking for Joel Jack. Jack has a defender, it goes out of touch. It's going to be a goal kick for Rangers, and there's going to be a substitution. So I think Aaron Jackson will come off. So too is Tevin Francis. And on would go Gavin Brown and Kenisha Joseph. So Kenisha Joseph sporting number 13, Gavin Brown number 4. Booted downfield. And Joel Jack for Vincent Heat to Durham. Durham comes wide looking for Gavin Brown. Does so. Brown is a busy player, but he loses it to the defense. Good piece of work there by Charles. And again cut out there by the defense, who has really stood strong for Gavin Brown. He goes out of touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Rangers. So Brown. So it's going to be a free kick for the Rangers. Deep inside their own half. Boots it downfield, looking for Charles. Charles go up. Still with it. Gavin Brown would come away with it for Vincent Heat. Good ball. Finds Cornelius Stewart, but good defensive work by Morris. But again, Cyrus is there. Heads it out of touch. It's going to be a corner for the Vincent Heat. Cornelius Stewart quickly taken. Gives it to Gavin Brown. Gavin Brown with a corner comes in. Finds Durham. Durham goes to his right to Pierre. Overpass. His first touch wasn't good. He goes out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. We are in the 78th minute, where the Rangers leading 1-0, and Bryce takes his merry time, not being hustled in any fashion. And you can see him just examining the ball as he makes his way back. Spots it. It long ball downfield, headed back up by Vincent Heat, still with Gavin Brown. Good ball, find Cortland Williams, give it to Gavin Brown, but it's cut out there by, and there is number 8 Adika Ash, with good standing form as Darren Hamlet and Cyrus for the still. Pierre looking to come forward off Russell. who knocks it out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for the Vincy Heat, deep inside the Rangers half. Quickly taken. Finds Kenisha Joseph, who lobs it up and just into the side netting. Intention was good, just a bit wide. Bryce had it covered and into the side netting, and it's still Rangers 1, Vincy Heat 0. So Bryce will boot it downfield. Long kick. There was Charles getting up above the defender, but it's cut out there by Vincy Heat. Kenisha Joseph gives it to Adim Charles. Right, but to Darren Hamlet, the big defender. Back to Charles. Looking to work their way down. Goes wide, looks for Joel Jack on that far side. Jack controls well. Looking to find Stephen Pierre. Comes back to Jack with a cross, comes in, up goes the head, and there is Cortland Williams with a shot on the defender. He rebounded. Cornelius Stewart is there, and he's been hustled off it by Ash. Ash would look to come away with it, and good tackle there by Charles to Darren Hamlet, and now they will look to come forward. Cortland Williams gives it to, it's still with Cortland Williams, but he's been hustled off it, and referee infringement call there against Joseph, and it's going to be a free kick for, so Charles goes to his right, looking for Kenisha Joseph, goes to Joel Jack, cross comes in and it's being cleared by the defense. It goes out of touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for Vincy Heat. We are in the 82nd minute. Quickly taken. Pierre with it. Pierre is still with it. Cross comes in, up goes the header. Cornelius Stewart is there, wide off the upright, and it's a goal kick for the Rangers. So most of the action for the second half has taken place in the Rangers half, but Vincy Heat still unable to find the back of the net as the Rangers lead 1-0. And Bryce. Boots it again long downfield. Headed back up. There is Kenisha Joseph for Vincy Heat. Has Cortland Williams, but been robbed of it. And Cortland Williams goes to his right, finds Joel Jack. Jack pulling the defense with him. And there goes the defense going out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. So still leading 1-0 here at the Chile playing field under cool conditions. Now the sun has disappeared. It's pretty cool. And Bryce once more takes his time. Crowd rather silent. Long ball. Kenisha Joseph heads it back, only to find Cyrus. But there is Vincy Heat. Kenisha Joseph still with it. There was some short tugging. Cyrus and whistle going against Cyrus. And it's going to be a free kick for Vincy Heat. Quickly taken by Durham. Finds Hamlet. Hamlet steps up. Hamlet still looking for some support. Goes to his right to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph goes further right. Looking for Joel Jack. Joel Jack gets the wrong one. Comes back to Pierre. Pierre looks up and back in defense to Kenisha Joseph with a shot. Cornelius Stewart looking to come a little bit overweighted and out of touch. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. So Rangers still holding on that advantage of 1-0. And Rangers with some very tall guys in defense. Look at Russell Jr. It looked like Leslie Russell. The likes of Daniel Cyrus. Looked at Morris. All big guys in the back. So too is Jaheim Joseph. As Bryce boots it long downfield. Headed back upfield. There is Cortland Williams. Finds again. Jack goes wide. Finds Pierre. Pierre looks up. Cross comes in. And there is Gavin Brown with a shot. And cleared by the defense. Tyrone Charles has Darren Hamlet to contend with. And Gavin Brown goes down. Referee says to play on. Cornelius Cyrus has it. Goes back to Cortland Williams. First touch was not a good one. Comes back to Gavin Brown. Brown as a defender. He goes to his left. He gets the wrong one. The cross comes in. Bit overweighted. Finds Pierre. Pierre is still there. Pierre goes back to, and there was a shot and cleared there by the defense. Again holding firm for the Rangers. And it's still 0-0. Throw in for Vincent Heat. Finds Pierre. Pierre gives it to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph comes back to his captain, Cornelius Stewart, who finds Charles, comes wide to Cortland Williams. Williams with a shot, looking for Gavin Brown, does so. Brown has the defender. Good ball, finds Cornelius Stewart. Was about 3 defenders. There is Charles still with it. Goes to his right to Kenisha Joseph. Back to Cornelius Stewart and off the defender. Out of touch. It's going to be a corner. Corner for Vincent Heat. So lots of action in the Rangers half, but they have stood firm, and Jadiel Chance is way off his line. There is a corner. A cross comes in again. Darren Hamlet is there and unable to control it. He goes out of touch, and it's going to be a goal kick, and we can see the likes of Leslie, I think, down and signaling for some support. Looks like Cyrus. So some attention being given. So on the hill is the La Soufrière volcano, standing some 4,048 feet above sea level. And one will recall just 2021, on April 13th, the La Soufrière erupted, disrupted the livelihood of a number of persons. Lots of ash around. Ash, in fact, got as far as Barbados and St. Lucia. But now it is in a dormant stage. So life has returned to normal as this is booted long downfield. Headed away there by the Rangers, who is still with it. Darren Hamlet clears it, finds Pierre. Pierre gets a wrong one, has Daniel Cyrus, who has some short tugging. And there is Pierre still with it, looking for some support, goes wide, finds Gavin Brown on the far left. Brown looks up, has a defender to contend with. Still with Gavin Brown. Brown still with it. Still with it. And cross comes in, headed away there by the defense. But Adam Charles gives it to Cornelius Stewart with a shot. Again, there is Cyrus defending and clearing it. Darren Hamlet is there. Gets a wrong Charles. Gives it to Stewart. Stewart goes to his right, finds Kenisha Joseph. Joseph back to Charles. They're still looking to get in. Kenisha Joseph there still. Goes to Cornelius Stewart to his right. Has a shot on goal. Looking for some support, but cut out there by the defense. But again, still with Vincent Heat. Cortland Williams. Cross comes in. The heads go up. There's Joel Jack. Wide off the upright to the agony of the crowd. And was good build up. And it's a goal kick for the Rangers. We are in the 89th minute. And Bryce continues to take his time. And there was some excitement for the crowd, but the header went wide. That was Joel Jack. And Bryce would now boot it downfield. And now boots it long downfield. Joel Jack with it. He goes out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Vincey Heat. Quickly taken. Find Cortland Williams, who gives it to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph has Cyrus to contend with. To Cyrus. And Joseph comes back in defense to Durham. Durham boots it downfield, headed away, but finds the Vincey Heat player. That's Edwards. Finds Gavin Brown. Gavin Brown gets a wrong one, knocks it back to Charles, but again, there is Russell for the Rangers, standing firm. Cortland Williams goes to his right. Back to Cortland Williams. Williams still skipping a wrong one. It comes back. Williams looks up, and cross comes in. There was Darren Hamlet, and he goes out of touch. It's going to be 7 minutes of added time here, as we just had 90 minutes completed. And there is Bryce, who boots it downfield. Darren Hamlet is there. He's just watching it go out of touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Vincey Heat, as again we see Daniel Cyrus on the ground, and he limps away. Adika Ash gives him a hand, as we see he makes his way off, as Real Gill, the number 9, will. So number 27. So in fact, so number 27 would make his way off. And on goes Real Gill, as Vincey Heat coming forward. Adine Charles with it. Goes to his right. Find Kenisha Joseph. Joseph goes far right. Cross comes in, and again defended there by Rangers. Is knocked out of touch. It's going to be a corner for Vincey Heat, as we see Cortland Williams, the busy player, diminutive. As the cross comes in, and there is number 17 with a shot off the defense once again. And again the defense standing firm, and there is Gill clearing it, getting his first touch. And D.L. Spring, who is wide off his mark, just heads it to Durham and goes back to Cortland Williams on the far right. Williams looks up, cross comes in, the heads go up, there is Spear headed away, Cornelius Stewart is there, and referee Mike Gaines saying no, play on. They're still with it inside the half, and now cleared by the defense. Darren Hamlet is there for Vincey Heat. Again, goes wide to Durham. Durham still looking to pressure the Rangers, but there is Ross Russell, who knocks it out of touch, and it's going to be a throw-in for Vincey Heat. Cortland Williams, Gavin Brown, very quick in that, and he's still with it. Cross comes in, again looking to clear there by the defense. Adim Charles is there, controls, goes back to Durham. Durham looking to come forward, driving ball into Kenisha Joseph. Charles still with it, with a shot, and it's wide. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Rangers. Bryce taking his time. So Bryce boots long downfield, headed back by Durham to Kenisha Joseph. Still the infringement called against the Rangers, so it's going to be a free kick for Vincey Heat. Long ball. Stewart is in there, but the head of the defender is there, and there is Down goes, referee says to play on. And Adim Charles for Vincent Heat, still with it. Nice ball, looking for Pierre. Pierre has a defender who robs him of it. And clears it now. And there is Tyrone Charles, but Durham is in there. Back to Pierre, who finds Charles. Charles still goes to his right, finds Gavin Brown. Brown goes to his right, finds Kenesha Joseph. Joseph still with it, but losing it to Real Gill. And Cortland Williams cuts it out for Vincent Heat. Back to Kenesha Joseph. Goes back to Gavin Brown. Looking for some support on the left. He's been knocked out of touch. And it's going to be a throw-in. So good defensive work once again by the Rangers. And corner comes in. And here is Charles for the Rangers, going to his right. So Tyrone Charles and Hamlet. And infringement called there against Darren Hamlet. And Tyrone Charles down holding the back of his leg. But certainly so it's going to be, he's back on his legs. He limps away. And so Pierre. So free kick for Rangers. And booted long downfield, but cut out there by Durham. Durham would look to come forward. Boots it long downfield to Joel Jack. Jack looking for the number 17. And he knocked out of touch. It's going to be a corner. So very quickly we see Cortland Williams getting into position for that corner as time slowly disappearing, with the Rangers with a 1-0 lead here at the Chile playing field. Cortland Williams. Corner comes in. Cleared there by the defense for Rangers, but Charles is there, has Gill to contend with. Comes back to Durham. Durham goes to his right, back to Cortland Williams. Williams knocks it back to Durham, who chips it over into the center, headed away there by and Pierre. And it's into the back of the net. And there it is. Vincent Heat has equalized on the head of Stephen Pierre. And the equalizer has come, and the crowd erupts here at Victoria Park, at the Chile playing field. And the equalizer coming in the 7th minute of extra time. And there was Bryce for once being beaten. As we see the replay now, here is the chipping across. Let's go up, headed away. There is Cyrus, there is Stephen Pierre. Good header. And into the back of the net. So too. So it's now booted downfield. Jadiel Chance collects. And there goes the whistle for the end of the game. So at the end of the game, it's Vincent Heat 1, Real Terminex Rangers 1, and certainly a very hard fought game here at the Chile playing field where the emotions ran high. But certainly one must give congratulations to Terminex Rangers. They were very strong in defense. They held the Vincent Heat at bay. And in the 7th minute of extra time, Vincent Heat equalized under cool conditions here at the Chile playing field, but a well played by Terminex Rangers and Vincent Heat. But really, one must give credit to the Rangers. They played well, they were very strong in defense, and really held Vincent Heat at bay, only to wilt just in the last minute of play. So Let's go back and take a look at the highlights of the game. And so there was the header up. There's miss kick there by Terrace Joseph. And this is Vincent Heath looking to come away there. Good ball, but good defensive work and good work by Bryce. And here is Scotland Williams who goes down. And there's Terrace Joseph in a tussle. There is Tyrone Charles, captain, boots it downfield, went wide off the upright. And again, there a good piece of work there by Edwards. Edwards looking to come forward as Matthias and Solomon. And there it is, Sutherland bringing down Edwards. And referee Moet Gaines awarding the penalty. Charles steps up. It was into the back of the net, giving the Rangers a 1-0 lead in the very first half. And he celebrates in a very calm way. And here it is, referee Moet Gaines now issuing a red card to Emmanuel Thomas for abusive language. And he's pleading his case, but referee Moet Gaines points to the dugout and he had to go. Here is a shot on goal. Again, good work by Bryce. That was that Keno Salomon. There's Ash. There is again Aaron Jackson with a hand to the face of Edwards, getting himself a yellow card. And there was the number 16 with a shot that went wide and over the crossbar. This was Raymond, Isaiah Raymond. Again, good piece of work by Bryce, shadowing there was good defensive work by the Rangers. Cornelius Stewart in a tussle with Cyrus. Cyrus goes down and the referee Moet Gaines awarding a free kick. Here is Cortland Williams with a shot, crosses it upright. So Terminex shot again comes in, headed there by Cornelius Stewart and out of touch. Cortland Williams chips it across, headed away there again, wide off the upright. Vincent Heath, there was a long cross, headed away. Again, there is headed away again into the back of the net and off the number 13. And that's Perez, and into the back of the net it was. And in the end, it's Vincent Heath 1 and Terminex Rangers 1.
Manager owner, right? Or just owner? Owner? Owner the team, right?
With me is the owner of the Terminix Rangers team, Mr. Richard Ferguson. First of all, let me welcome you to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'm sure you have had a good time here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Well, very good, and thanks very much. St. Vincent has been an excellent experience for me and the team. You know, and the hospitality has been excellent. The grounds has been good. You know, in comparison to what we experienced in Grenada. Grenada was a very difficult situation in terms of the grounds. You know, they had very little grass, and it had some, you know, it's a bit bumpy. So, you know, we was not accustomed to it.
So coming away from St. Vincent where the conditions were a bit better, how satisfied are you in terms of the performance of the Rangers?
No, well, I thought we performed well. I think because for you to come to St. Vincent and to draw with your national team is a great feat, because St. Vincent team is the best team we played so far in the tour. They're better than what we played in Grenada, and they're better than St. Lucia. They were very, very skillful, very, very well prepared, and you can see the coach is an excellent coach. And the players they did their country proud.
Well, you have had a 1-0 victory at Victoria Park on Wednesday. You come out here with a draw, and I'm sure you are very satisfied. The players must be very confident as well going back home to participate in your competition.
Oh, definitely. And especially if we would have to play on our home ground, we would be a lot more confident there. You know, I think partly of going on the tour is, you know, we playing in different conditions, different teams, you know, away from home, you know, making the competition harder. You know, and these teams are a lot better than us. You know, St. Vincent National are a lot better than us. They're a lot more skillful, they're a lot more well prepared, they're very fit. And I think they probably deserve to win 1 or 2 of the games.
I would say from looking at the Terminix Rangers, you are very, very strong in defense. And I'm sure that you are looking forward to that when you go back in your competition. The guys are up to it. You have some very tall chaps in the back. Is it strategic?
Well, what happens is that we actually play a lot different to how we play here in St. Vincent. We normally play a lot more attacking. And in fact, in the last tournament, in 18 games, we scored 71 goals. But because we play in St. Vincent, you know, we had to adopt a very defensive approach. So we played with 6 in the back today, a very strong midfield and 1 up front. I thought the game went well. I thought the red card was a bit dubious though. I was concerned a little bit about the red card because, you know, I didn't feel we deserve a red card, because the gentleman who got the red card is a very disciplined guy, and I didn't feel that was quite warranted.
Well, again, the referee decision is final. We have to live with that. I want to wish you all the best as you go back to Trinidad to participate in your championship. I want to wish Terminix all the best, and you as well, as you take Terminix forward.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Let me first of all congratulate you, Stephen, on your efforts as you came on as substitute to ensure that Vincent team equalized in the second half. How confident are you?
Right now I'm full of confidence because, as you can see in SVG Premiership, I'm about 10 goals, still learning, still 17, still doing my thing. And thanks to coach, keep building me. He worked with me since 14, 13. Yeah, so I appreciate it.
What's the mood like in the team at the moment?
Yeah, just like family. Everybody like family, like come from the same parents.
It's always good to be a family. And in terms of your own fitness, how do you feel about your own fitness?
Yeah, I feel I'm in good shape. I'm ready for any task that's ahead. Yeah.
Right. And you came on when Vincent Heat was 1-0 down. What was the thought process? How the team felt at that time?
They feel that they can, we can lose a 1-0 again. And the coach just give me instruction to just have fun and just score.
But there were a lot of pressure in the second half, particularly the last 15-20 minutes. Vincent Heat had put a lot of pressure on the defense. You were confident that you were going to equalize?
Yeah, I was confident.
All right, let me wish you all the best and Vincent Heat as well.
All right, thank you.
Well, I have a smiling coach with me, and I'm sure that he's extremely happy that Vincent Heat equalized just on the stroke of extra time.
Yeah, as I said in the pre-match interview, I expected an exciting game, and we ensured that it was exciting.
Yeah, it was a definitely exciting game. What advice that you give to them? Because in the second half, there were a lot of pressure on the defense of Terminix.
Well, we just reminded them of their strengths and our strengths, and we have opposite strengths. They are bigger guys, stronger guys. They will move a little bit slower across the field. We are smaller guys, more agile, faster. So I encourage them to run more at them, play the game a little bit faster, and be as creative as possible and free the mind and play football how we know how to play football.
Was it a stage where you got frustrated when the defense for Terminix were really holding strong?
Well, good football is always element that we have to come up against, and they presented that for us. Defensively, we know that they will be tough. It is a difficult team to break down because they are very well organized defensively, and it is a test for us to see how we can break down teams that are organized like that.
Well, your guys look very fit indeed, I must say. I think they are well prepared, they are fit, and you are preparing now for the Nations Cup. That will be your next challenge. What are the plans for going forward in preparation for that?
Well, first we must aim to keep the guys fit, free from all injuries. We have some guys coming back from a little injury concern, and we must monitor them and make sure that they keep that fitness that we need for the games, and have all players available for us.
Well, you also have a young team, but there are some experienced guys in the team like Darren Hamlet. You have Tevin Francis and the guys. I'm sure that they would have bring something to the table to help the younger ones.
Well, the blend is good. The blend is good, and I recognize that these guys, the older guys, the mature guys, the guys who have a lot of caps under the belt, they are willing to work and they are willing to take the back seat sometimes when the younger guys who are fitter than them are probably faster than them. When I call upon them, they're cooperating, and I must commend them for that.
So let me once again wish you all the best going forward. I know you're going to have 2 challenges on your hand, the Nation Cup, but all the best to Vincent Heat.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.